So I've been working in Montessori about 14 years in different Montessori spaces in the country and outside the country. And what I observed was that it was an education that was only available in communities of middle upper class, where most of them were white. And I knew that being educator from Africa, I wanted it also for people who looked like me, people who had similar experiences or backgrounds or cultures or lived experiences like me. So I then decided to bring it outside the classrooms back to the communities. We keep expecting parents to come or children to come to a school, and yet we don't think about transportation, right? Like, how do they get to a school? So we end up having a bus. So we are literally on wheels on a big bus. So we drive the bus to a community, be it a library or an organization that we're partnering with. Then we sort of like evangelize the Montessori where they get to see us, like, hey, there's this school bus. And then they get on the bus, and the first, I think, experience is just the exposure, getting them to see what a Montessori environment look like.
If you think about children and their caregiver coming onto the bus, right, sitting down over work, and it could be over math, it could be they're pulling out things for science, and having that conversation and dialogue. That's the relational piece that I think is missing in a lot of what we do in education. And so what Montessori on Wheels offers is that opportunity to connect.
There has been a practice where education has been done to students, to families, where the teacher is always the one who's responsible to educate, and in a way where education has sort of outsourced our children to this institution. So with Montessori Wheels, we are revisiting that and reshaping the way in which we do education, where we are including parents as we co-create learning spaces.
We are constantly looking at our mission, looking at our values, looking at our vision, and daily asking ourselves, are we honoring children? Are we honoring community? Are we giving children an opportunity for hands-on education? Are we teaching a liberation pedagogy that allows for everyone to ultimately be free?
We are going to make sure that communities are taking ownership of their own learning. They're reclaiming back their children from school institutions where they get to understand and be more involved in their child's education as their child's first teacher, and then go into schools as their child's big advocates.